Hello everyone, welcome to today's session on how to decide research objectives for a project. Many students choose a good topic, but they get confused about one thing. What should be my objectives? Some students write objectives that are too general. Some write objectives that are not related to the topic, and some write very lengthy objectives. Objectives are the backbone of research project. If objectives are not clear, the whole project becomes confusing. So in this video, I will explain what are research objectives, why they are important, guidelines to frame good objectives, step-by-step method to decide objectives, and few examples so that you can prepare objectives on your own. First, let's understand what research objectives are. Research objectives are the goals of your study. They explain what exactly you want to find out through your research. In simple words, objectives answer the question, what do I want to study and why? For example, if your topic is customer satisfaction towards online shopping, then your objectives will be to study the level of customer satisfaction towards online shopping. So, my dear friends, objectives convert your topic into clear research goals. Objectives provides you the answers. What will be studied through this project? Why is it studied? What will be achieved? So, without objectives, your study has no direction. Data collection becomes confusing. Analysis becomes meaningless. That is why objectives are called the backbone of research. It means objectives are important because they guide your questionnaire, they decide your data analysis, they help you to stay focused, they help in drawing conclusions, and they show the examiner what your project is about. In short, a project without objective is like a journey without destination. Now let's understand guidelines to frame good objectives. So first, objective must be clear and specific. So to make clear objective, avoid the words like understand, know, learn, see. But you can use the words like analyze, measure, identify, examine, compare, evaluate. For example, to understand customer behavior is a wrong statement, whereas to analyze factors affecting customer buying behavior is the correct statement. The second guideline is objectives must be related to the topic. Keep in mind that while framing the objective, it should be connected to your topic. If your topic is employee motivation, then your objectives must talk about motivation, not about marketing and finance. Your objectives should not go outside the scope of the topic. Objectives must be achievable. It means your objectives should be possible to complete within given time with the available resources and which should be at student level. So framing objectives avoid to study employee motivation in all Indian companies which is beyond your limit. So make the better objective to study employee motivation in selected IT companies in Pune city. Whenever framing objectives, make sure that objective must be measurable. It means you should be able to collect the data for your given objectives. For example, to improve employee satisfaction is a wrong objective because it's really difficult to measure employee satisfaction. But the correct objective is to measure employee satisfaction level. It means how far they are satisfied. The next point, how many should be objectives for my project? So generally, you should write one main objective, 3 to 5 sub-objectives. Too many objectives make your project very confusing, so limit the number of objectives. You might be thinking how to frame the objectives. So it's very easy if you know the following points. Use action verbs. Always start objectives with to study, to analyze, to examine, to identify, to compare, to evaluate, to measure, and to find out. Now let's understand the process of defining objectives. I'm giving step-by-step methods to decide the objectives. First step, write your topic clearly. For example, Impact of social media marketing on consumer buying behavior. After deciding the topic, ask questions about the topic. Ask yourself, what do I want to study? Whose behavior? Which factors I want to study? What impact I want to study? For example, does social media influence buying behavior? Which platform is most effective? What problem do customers face? Now the third step, convert questions into objectives. First question, does social media influence buying behavior? So objective, to study the impact of social media marketing on consumer buying behavior. Next step, divide into main and sub objectives. If you have frame major or main objective, then divide other objectives. For example, the main objective is the overall purpose. Sub objectives explain smaller parts of the study. Based on the above discussion, I am giving one example of marketing topic. Suppose topic, a study on customer satisfaction towards online shopping. So the main objective is to study the level of customer satisfaction towards online shopping. What are the sub-objectives? First, to identify factors influencing customer satisfaction in online shopping. Second, to analyze customer perception towards online shopping services. Third, to examine problems faced by customers while shopping online. Fourth, to suggest measures to improve customer satisfaction. Here you can observe all the questions whatever we have asked will become under sub-objectives which are related to your main objectives. Now see the another example which is related to HR topic. So the topic is impact of training and development on employee performance. So based on your topic, main objective will be to analyze the impact of training and development on employee performance. This is our main objective. To support the main objective, the following will be sub-objectives. First, to study the existing training programs in the organization. To measure employee performance after training. To examine employee satisfaction towards training program. To suggest improvements in training practices. If you study all these objectives, obviously your research will come out of some solutions or some results of the main topic. The third example is related to finance. Topic, a study on investment behavior of salaried employees. Main objective will be to study the investment behavior of salaried employees. Now check the sub-objectives. To identify preferred investment avenues of salaried employees, to analyze factors affecting investment decisions, to measure risk perception of investors, to study the level of financial awareness among salaried employees. In short, you can use this simple formula: 2 plus action verb plus variable plus target group or area. Using this formula, I have given the examples to analyze customer satisfaction towards online banking services. So 2 plus action verb is analyze, variable is customer satisfaction, target group or area is online banking services. Second example, to study factors influencing employee motivation in private companies. So 2 action verb is study, variables factors influencing employee motivation, target area private companies. Third, to examine, action verb is examine, variable impact of digital marketing, target area sell performance of retail firms. I'm sure after studying all the guidelines and all the steps, you might be enough confident to prepare your own objectives for the research. But avoid some common mistakes. Do not write objectives as questions. Do not write very broad objectives. Do not write conclusions as objectives. Do not use words like to understand. Do not write too many objectives. So to conclude, research objectives give direction to your project. Remember, objectives must be clear, specific, measurable and related to the topic and must be achievable. If your objectives are clear, your project will automatically become clear and meaningful. So I hope this video helped you to understand how to decide research objectives for your project. If you found this video useful, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you my dear students and all the best for your research work.